What's up, guys? I'm Jim Ansel, this is Real Deal Outdoors, and today we're talking about crankbaits. More specifically, we're talking about 3 ways that you can get the most out of your crankbaits. So there's a few different things that you can do when your crankbait is new right out of the package that'll ensure that it runs true, and it'll make sure that you get the maximum action out of that bait. First thing we're going to talk about is hardware. Okay, it's important for you to check out the hardware on a new crankbait when you first get it. Oftentimes, a lot of companies will skimp on the hooks to save money during the production process. So you might want to switch those hooks out for something a little beefier. Something that's a little more stout and that you know will stand up to a heavy fish on the line. My recommendation for you guys are Mustad triple grip hooks. I use Mustad triple grip hooks on all the crankbaits that I switch the hooks out on, and I've never had one fail me yet. You know, there's a variety of treble hooks on the market though, so it's really a point of preference. You guys choose what you want to use. But if you're looking for a good place to start, those Mustad triple grip hooks are a great way to go. Okay, so the next thing you guys want to take a look at is the split ring that's on the line tie. Now what I'll do is I'll always switch out those round split rings. And the reason why is a lot of times your line will get stuck in the split. And when that happens, your crankbait won't dive the way it's supposed to. It won't get to the maximum depth, and it can even affect the action of the lure. So the best way for you guys to go is to buy yourself some oval split rings. Those oval split rings are fantastic because what happens is the line will sit in the U of the oval, and the split of the split ring is actually on the straight part. So because your line is resting in that U, it's not going to get stuck in the split. So to make sure that you're achieving the maximum depth that your crankbait can dive at, make sure you switch out those split rings for ovals. And now that we've upgraded that hardware, we want to make sure that that hardware can move freely on the bait. The way that we do that is we make sure that our hook hangers are nice and clear. You know, a lot of times when you get a new crankbait from the factory, there'll be a little bit of excess or drip that gets down into those hook hangers. And what that does is it impedes the movement of the hooks back and forth. And you want to make sure that those hooks are free swinging. And in order to do that, what you need to do is clear those hook hangers. Now you can use anything sharp and pointed. I like to use a pocket knife. And what you want to do is take it and just go in there and chip away all that paint and clear coat that's junked up that hook hanger. Remember guys, clear hook hangers ensure that your hooks can swing freely. If your hooks can't swing freely, it's going to drastically affect the action of your lure. All right, so we've upgraded the hardware. We've made sure that that hardware is going to work to the max. But now you're throwing your crankbait and it's still not quite giving you the action that you were expecting. Sometimes it'll come back to you on the side. Sometimes it'll pull to the left or to the right. Sometimes it'll even roll over. Now what you want to do to fix those problems is to tune your crankbait. All right, the way that you're going to tune your crankbait is with the front line tie. You're going to turn it so that the bill is facing towards you. Then you're going to take a pair of needle nose pliers and you're going to rotate that line tie so that the bottom of the line tie is pointing in the opposite direction of whichever way the line is pulling. So for example, if your crankbait is running to the right, you're going to take and turn your line tie clockwise so that the bottom of the line tie is pointing to the left. You'll do this in very, very small increments because if you turn it too much, it's going to start pulling the other way or it's going to barrel roll. So turn it just a very little bit, then cast it back out and retrieve it and see if it's fixed the problem. And you just keep repeating the process until the lure runs true. You know, I've seen a lot of anglers get really fed up with a crankbait and they just toss the thing out because they don't know how to tune them. They don't know that you can actually fix that. You know, people who leave reviews are notorious for this. They'll go online, they'll leave a review and they'll trash this crankbait and they have no idea that they can fix the problem really easily. So that's it guys, that's 3 simple ways that you can make sure that you're getting the most out of your crankbaits. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that this helps out some of you guys. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Also make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Then do me a favor and head down to where the little bell is over the subscribe button. Tick that bell on to ensure that you guys know every time that I release new content. That helps the channel out tremendously because what YouTube has started doing is if you're subscribed to a channel but you're not watching the videos on a regular basis, they'll actually unsubscribe you. So please make sure you tick that bell so that you know whenever I release new videos. Also guys, head down into the comments section. Let me know, did this video actually help you guys out? Also make sure you leave me your ideas for tutorials and videos for the future. I read every single one of these comments and chances are I will use your idea for a video. So if there's something in particular that you want to see, let me know and we'll make it happen. Well, that's going to do it for this one guys. As always, thank you all so much and tight lines until next time.